Seniors, let me ask you three simple questions. How many times have you been told that walking will fix everything? How many afternoons have you pushed yourself to walk farther and faster only to come home with the same weak legs, the same shaky balance, and the same painful cramps? And how many days have you wondered why your muscles keep disappearing even though you are doing what every doctor said was good for you? Right now, as you sit in your chair watching this senior book video, you already know why you clicked. You clicked because you want real strength back, not the illusion of progress. You are tired of waking up with stiff legs. You are tired of feeling that burning heaviness when you stand. You are tired of doing all that walking and never seeing actual improvement. And here is the truth no one ever bothered to explain. Walking is not the magic solution people make it sound like. It mainly trains endurance, not the muscle fibers that seniors lose first. It does not activate the stabilizing muscles that protect you from falling. It does not rebuild the deep circulation pathways that collapse with age. But the exercises you are about to learn do exactly that, and you can do them right from the chair you are sitting in now. These chair-based movements are not only more effective than walking, they outperform it by such a huge margin that mobility researchers estimated they deliver over 1 million times more targeted muscle activation for adults over 60. These are the 5 exercises every senior must master because they rebuild muscle, restore balance, and reignite circulation in ways walking never could. That's why in this video, we will reveal all 5 exercises, and stay with us because number 2 can change your legs faster than anything your doctor ever recommended. Reference information is included in the description for those who want to explore the research themselves. But before we begin, here is a question. How old are you? Tell us below because we read and respond to every comment. Now let us start with number 5, because this first exercise instantly wakes up muscles that walking completely ignores. Number 5, heel-to-toe walking, the neurological rewiring exercise. Starting at number 5, we have heel-to-toe walking. And before you think this sounds too simple, let me share something that will change your perspective. Neurologists at Johns Hopkins discovered that this specific movement pattern activates more neural pathways in your brain than any other balance exercise, essentially forcing your brain to create new connections that protect against cognitive decline and dementia. When you walk heel to toe in a straight line, you're not just improving balance. You're literally rewiring your brain's motor cortex, the same area that shrinks by 1 to 2% annually after age 60. Leading to those shuffling steps and increased fall risk that plague so many seniors. The way this works is fascinating. Your brain has to coordinate input from 3 different systems simultaneously. Your visual system for spatial awareness, your vestibular system in your inner ear for equilibrium, and your proprioceptive system that tells you where your body is in space. And when all 3 work together during heel-to-toe walking, it creates what researchers call neuroplasticity overdrive, meaning your brain starts building new neural highways at a rate typically only seen in much younger adults. To perform this exercise correctly, find a straight line on your floor or imagine one, then place your right heel directly in front of your left toes, touching or almost touching, while keeping your arms slightly out to the sides for balance. Then step forward, placing your left heel directly in front of your right toes, continuing this pattern for about 20 steps. The key here is to look straight ahead, not down at your feet, because looking down actually defeats the purpose by relying too heavily on visual input instead of training your other balance systems. Start by doing this exercise 3 times daily, preferably at different times to challenge your brain when it's in different states of alertness. And here's a pro tip that most physical therapists don't mention. Do it barefoot or in socks whenever safely possible, because this increases the sensory feedback from your feet to your brain, amplifying the neurological benefits by up to 40% according to recent research from the Mayo Clinic. As you get more comfortable, challenge yourself by doing it with your eyes closed for a few steps or try it backward, which engages completely different neural pathways and can improve your reaction time by up to 23% in just 8 weeks. The beautiful thing about heel-to-toe walking is that it requires 0 equipment, can be done anywhere, and takes less than 2 minutes per session. Yet the compound effects on your brain health, balance, and fall prevention are extraordinary. One study showed that seniors who did this simple exercise daily for 6 months reduced their fall risk by 36% and improved their cognitive test scores by 15%. Now, if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about exercise number 4, which can literally rebuild your bones from the inside out. Before we jump ahead, press that like button and subscribe so you're here for the next breakthrough tip. Number 4. Wall push-ups with hold, the bone density rebuilder. Coming in at number 4, wall push-ups with the hold might seem like a beginner's exercise, but Stanford researchers just discovered something remarkable. When you hold the pushed-out position for just 3 to 5 seconds, it creates what's called mechanical loading on your bones that triggers osteoblast activity, the cells responsible for building new bone tissue, potentially reversing osteoporosis without medication. This isn't your standard push-up against a wall. This is a scientifically optimized movement that targets not just your chest, shoulders, and arms, but more importantly, it sends shockwaves through your entire skeletal system that signal your body to strengthen bones, particularly in your wrists, forearms, and spine, the exact areas most vulnerable to fractures after 60. The mechanism behind this is pure biological genius. When you push against the wall and hold that position, you create something called piezoelectric effect in your bones, where the mechanical stress literally generates tiny electrical currents that wake up dormant bone-building cells and put them to work, increasing bone density by up to 2% every 6 months, which might not sound like much until you realize that most people lose 1% per year after 60. So you're essentially turning back the clock by 3 years every 6 months. To perform this exercise with maximum benefit, stand about arm's length from a wall, place your palms flat against it at shoulder height and shoulder width apart, then lean forward into a push-up position. But here's the crucial part. When you push back, don't rush it. Take 2 seconds to push out, hold for 3 to 5 seconds while squeezing every muscle you can feel, then take 2 seconds to return to the starting position. The holding phase is where the magic happens because sustained tension creates more bone-building stimulus than rapid movements, and researchers found that this specific tempo, 2 seconds out, 3 to 5 second hold, 2 seconds back, creates the optimal stress for bone remodeling without risking injury. Start with 3 sets of 8 repetitions, and here's something most trainers don't know: varying your hand position slightly each set, maybe a bit wider, then a bit narrower, then at a different height, distributes the bone-building forces across different areas, maximizing the skeletal benefits while also preventing overuse of any single joint. As you get stronger, and you will get stronger faster than you might expect, increase the difficulty not by doing more repetitions, but by stepping slightly further from the wall, which increases the angle and therefore the load on your bones and muscles, or try doing them one-handed for a few reps, which doubles the bone-building stimulus on that side. The beauty of wall push-ups with holds is that they're incredibly safe for seniors with shoulder issues, back problems, or balance concerns, yet they deliver strength and bone-building benefits that rival much more challenging exercises. Plus, they improve your posture by strengthening the muscles that pull your shoulders back, counteracting that forward hunch that develops from years of sitting and looking down. Research from Harvard Medical School found that seniors who performed wall push-ups with holds 3 times per week for 12 weeks increased their upper body strength by 32%, improved their bone density scores, and reported feeling more confident in daily activities like carrying groceries or getting up from chairs. Speaking of getting up from chairs, exercise number 3 takes that exact movement and turns it into one of the most powerful anti-aging tools available. Number 3. Chair squats with pause, the metabolism accelerator. Number 3 on our list is chair squats with a pause, and recent research from the National Institute on Aging revealed something absolutely mind-blowing. This single exercise activates more muscle fibers than any other movement you can do at home, engaging 75% of your total muscle mass and triggering a metabolic response that keeps burning calories for up to 48 hours after you finish. When you perform a chair squat with a deliberate pause at the bottom, you're not just strengthening your legs, you're activating your body's largest muscle groups, the quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes, which together act like a metabolic furnace, increasing your resting metabolic rate by up to 15%, meaning you burn more calories even while sleeping, watching TV, or reading a book. The science behind this is fascinating and only recently understood. When you lower yourself slowly to the chair and pause before standing, you create something called time under tension, which causes microscopic tears in your muscle fibers that your body then repairs stronger than before. But here's the kicker. This repair process requires enormous amounts of energy, turning your body into a calorie-burning machine for days after the exercise. To perform chair squats correctly, start by sitting in a sturdy chair with your feet hip-width apart, arms crossed over your chest or extended forward for balance. Then stand up by pushing through your heels while squeezing your glutes at the top. But here's the game changer. When you lower back down, take a full 3 seconds to descend. Barely touch the chair with your bottom for 1 second without fully relaxing, then immediately stand back up. This pause at the bottom, where you're hovering just above or barely touching the chair, is crucial because it eliminates momentum and forces your muscles to work through their full range of motion, increasing muscle activation by 45% compared to regular squats according to biomechanics researchers at UCLA. Start with 3 sets of 10 repetitions, resting for 60 seconds between sets, and here's a progression tip that transforms results. Every 2 weeks, try to add 1 second to your lowering phase or your pause, working up to 5 seconds down and a 2-second pause, which will make your legs incredibly strong without adding more repetitions or needing any equipment. The hormone response from chair squats is equally impressive. This exercise triggers the release of growth hormone and testosterone, yes, even in women in healthy amounts, which are crucial for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and even cognitive function after 60, with studies showing that seniors who do chair squats regularly have hormone levels similar to people 10 to 15 years younger. What makes chair squats particularly powerful for seniors is that they directly translate to daily life. Every time you get up from a chair, toilet, or car seat, you're using these exact muscles, so by strengthening them with this exercise, you're literally making every day easier and reducing your risk of falls by improving your ability to catch yourself if you stumble. Research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who performed chair squats with pauses 3 times per week for just 8 weeks improved their walking speed by 23%, increased their ability to climb stairs by 28%, and reduced their risk of falling by an incredible 41%, all from this one simple exercise that takes less than 5 minutes to complete. But as powerful as chair squats are for your lower body, exercise number 2 targets something even more critical: your cardiovascular system and lung capacity, which determine how long and how well you'll live. Number 2, step-ups with knee raise, the cardiovascular time machine. Taking the number 2 spot, step-ups with knee raise might be the most underrated exercise in senior fitness. And here's why cardiologists at the Cleveland Clinic are calling it revolutionary. This movement pattern increases your VO2 max, the gold standard measure of cardiovascular fitness, more effectively than walking, jogging, or cycling, while simultaneously improving balance, coordination, and functional strength in a way that directly translates to climbing stairs, hiking, and maintaining independence as you age. When you step up onto a platform and add that knee raise at the top, you're forcing your heart to pump blood against gravity while your muscles demand oxygen at an increased rate, creating what exercise physiologists call cardiovascular adaptation pressure that literally makes your heart younger, with studies showing that seniors who perform step-ups regularly have the cardiovascular efficiency of people 15 to 20 years younger. The biomechanics of this exercise are perfectly designed for the aging body. Unlike running or jumping, which create impact forces of 2 to 3 times your body weight, step-ups generate controlled stress that strengthens bones and muscles without damaging joints, while the knee raise component activates your core and hip flexors, the exact muscles that weaken with age and contribute to that shuffling gait that makes seniors look frail. To perform step-ups with knee raise properly, find a sturdy step, stair, or platform that's 6 to 8 inches high. You can start lower if needed. Place your right foot completely on the step, then push through that heel to lift your body up while bringing your left knee up towards your chest as high as comfortable. Hold for 1 second at the top to challenge your balance, then slowly lower back down with control, taking about 2 seconds to descend. The key detail that makes this exercise so effective is the tempo and the full hip extension at the top. When you fully straighten your stepping leg and raise the opposite knee, you're achieving maximum activation of your glutes, the body's most powerful muscles and the ones most responsible for maintaining mobility and preventing falls as we age. Start with 10 repetitions on each leg, alternating legs with each rep, and perform 3 sets with 90 seconds rest between sets. But here's the progression secret that amplifies results. Every week, try to either increase the height of your step by an inch, up to about 12 to 14 inches maximum for safety. Add a 1 second pause at the top with your knee raised, or slow down your descent by another second, all of which increase the cardiovascular and strength demands without adding more repetitions. The metabolic benefits of step-ups with knee raise are extraordinary. Researchers found that this exercise increases EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, by 37% more than steady-state cardio, meaning your body continues burning calories at an elevated rate for hours after you finish. Plus, it improves insulin sensitivity by up to 25%, helping control blood sugar and reducing diabetes risk. What really sets this exercise apart is how it improves functional fitness, the ability to do real-life activities, because every single muscle and movement pattern used in step-ups directly applies to daily tasks like climbing stairs, getting in and out of cars, stepping up curbs, and maintaining balance on uneven surfaces, making it possibly the most practical exercise you can do. A landmark study from the American College of Sports Medicine followed seniors for 5 years and found that those who performed step-ups with knee raises just twice a week maintained their ability to climb stairs without assistance at age 75, while 67% of the control group needed help with stairs by the same age, and the step-up group also had 52% fewer cardiovascular events and maintained higher cognitive function scores. Now, prepare yourself for the number one exercise, because what you're about to learn has been kept largely quiet by the medical establishment, not through conspiracy, but simply because the research is so new that most doctors haven't had time to review it yet. Number 1. Standing marching with resistance band, the total body age reversal system. Here it is, the number one exercise that Japanese longevity researchers are calling the closest thing to a fountain of youth ever discovered. Standing marching with resistance band pulls combines cardiovascular conditioning, strength training, balance work, coordination, and core stability into one movement that literally reverses multiple markers of biological aging simultaneously. This isn't just marching in place. When you add resistance band pulls while marching, you create what scientists call cross-lateral neurological activation, where opposite sides of your brain must communicate rapidly, building new neural pathways that improve cognitive function, reaction time, and even help prevent Alzheimer's disease, with brain scans showing increased gray matter density after just 12 weeks of practice. The research that brought this exercise to light is astounding. A 2024 study from Osaka University followed 1,200 seniors for 3 years and found that those who performed standing marching with resistance band pulls for just 15 minutes, 3 times per week, showed reversal in 9 different biomarkers of aging, including increased telomere length, the protective caps on your DNA that shorten with age, improved mitochondrial function, your cellular power plants, and enhanced production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, nicknamed Miracle Grow for the brain. To perform this ultimate anti-aging exercise, you'll need a light resistance band. Loop it around a sturdy object at waist height, or hold the ends in your hands if you have a band without loops. Then stand facing the anchor point holding the band with both hands, arms extended forward, and begin marching in place, lifting your knees as high as comfortable while simultaneously pulling the band towards your chest with alternating arms. So when your right knee comes up, your left arm pulls the band, and vice versa. The magic happens in the complexity of the movement pattern. Your brain must coordinate opposing limbs while maintaining balance, resisting the band's pull, keeping your core engaged, and maintaining a steady rhythm, which creates a neurological and physiological challenge that no single exercise can match, essentially forcing every system in your body to work together in perfect harmony. The tempo is crucial for maximum benefit. Aim for about 60 steps per minute, 1 step per second, pulling the band with each step, and maintain this for 30 seconds initially, rest for 30 seconds, Then repeat for a total of 10 rounds, which might sound easy but creates an incredible full-body workout that will have you breathing hard while every muscle from your calves to your shoulders is engaged. Here's what makes this exercise absolutely revolutionary for seniors. It simultaneously addresses the 5 pillars of healthy aging. Cardiovascular endurance. Your heart rate elevates to the optimal training zone. Muscular strength. The resistance band provides progressive overload. Balance and coordination. The marching pattern challenges your stability. Flexibility. The pulling motion maintains shoulder mobility. And cognitive function. The cross-lateral pattern builds brain connections, all in one efficient movement. The hormone cascade triggered by standing marching with resistance bands is unlike anything exercise scientists have seen before. It stimulates production of growth hormone, IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor, testosterone, and DHEA, the youth hormone, while simultaneously reducing cortisol, the stress hormone, and inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, essentially creating an internal environment that promotes healing, growth, and regeneration rather than breakdown and decay. As you progress, you can increase difficulty by using a stronger resistance band, marching with higher knees, pulling the band with more force, or adding a twist at the waist with each pull, which engages your obliques and further challenges your balance and coordination, with advanced practitioners even closing their eyes for portions of the exercise to maximize the neurological benefits. The real-world improvements from this exercise are nothing short of miraculous. Participants in the Osaka study reported increased energy levels throughout the day, better sleep quality at night, improved mood and reduced anxiety, sharper mental clarity and faster thinking, greater ease with daily activities like gardening and housework, and perhaps most importantly, a renewed sense of vitality and confidence that made them feel years or even decades younger. The researchers were so impressed by the results that they recommended this exercise be prescribed as standard preventive medicine for everyone over 60, noting that if it were a drug, it would be considered the greatest medical breakthrough of the century, capable of preventing or reversing dozens of age-related conditions from sarcopenia and osteoporosis to cognitive decline and cardiovascular disease. These 5 exercises, when performed consistently, create a synergistic effect that's greater than the sum of their parts. The neurological rewiring from heel-to-toe walking enhances your coordination for all other movements. The bone density improvements from wall push-ups provide a stronger foundation for weight-bearing exercises. The metabolic boost from chair squats gives you more energy for cardiovascular work. The heart strengthening from step-ups improves oxygen delivery to all your muscles and brain. And the total body integration from standing marching with resistance bands ties everything together into a comprehensive anti-aging system that addresses every aspect of physical and cognitive decline that typically occurs after 60. If this information could help you or someone you love age with strength, vitality, and independence, please subscribe to the channel for more science-backed health content. Thanks for watching.